Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com, here to do your weekly angel card reading for Monday, August 1st through Sunday, August 7th, 2016. For this weekly reading, we're going to be using Doreen Virtue's Fairy Tarot card deck, and your special message card, depending on your stone of choice, is going to come from the Messages from Your Angels deck, also by Doreen Virtue. So before we get into the astrology for this week, let's take a look at our stones of choice for your special message card. Your first stone of choice is called Infinite. And Infinite is this beautiful green stone. It's got a very soft, nurturing kind of energy to it. It's good for emotional healing of emotional wounds and relationship matters. I also feel like this is good for physical healing as well. So if there's any healing types of energies that you need to have, this might be the stone of choice for you this week. Your second stone of choice is Charoite. And Charoite is a beautiful purple stone with black inclusions in it. And this is going to vibrate to your crown chakra. It's a high vibrational stone of wisdom and knowledge. Information from a higher plane of existence. So this is going to vibrate to the crown chakra and allow you to kind of bring forth or channel forth some higher messages from your angels and guides. Okay, your last stone of choice is Smoky Quartz. Smoky Quartz is a quartz crystal, but it's got that dark brown and sometimes even black coloring in it, so it's very good for grounding. It's a high vibrational stone, but it also works with grounding your energies so that like your feet are on solid ground. If you've been feeling kind of floaty or like you're being pulled in so many different directions at once, this might be a good stone to help bring in a little bit of stability and maybe even clarity to what's going on in life around you. So again, your stone of choice is going to be the Infinite, the Charoite, and the Smoky Quartz. So for this week, we start out on Monday, the 1st of August, with Venus in a positive trine aspect to Uranus. Now, if you remember, Uranus just went to retrograde motion last Friday, so that's only been about 3 days since turning retrograde. So it's still kind of in that stationary standstill point, which, although it's less intense, there's still an intensity about Uranus right now. And Venus rules relationships and love, and it also rules finances and money. So there could be some sort of surprising developments that come starting on Monday. And I want to say you're even going to feel this Sunday because this happens very early in the morning Eastern time on Monday. So I want to say if you're listening to this a little bit early, you're going to feel this on Sunday, the last day of July, to where there might be something sudden and unexpected or surprising happening with money or relationships. And there's also this sense of freedom that comes in. So in relationship, you might find one or both partners needing a little bit more space or needing some more freedom, along with a possibility of something, again, sudden and unexpected occurring. Also on Monday, we have the Sun, which is in Leo right now, a fire sign, and it's in a positive trine aspect to Saturn, which is in Sagittarius, another fire sign. Now, the interesting thing about this is that Saturn is also now slowing down, just like Uranus did getting ready to turn retrograde. Saturn is slowing down right now because it's going to be turning back to direct motion on the 13th, which is going to be for next week's weekly reading. But it's still in a very stationary kind of standstill place at the 9th degree of Sagittarius as it's slowing down to what we appear as a halt. So it's going to intensify that energy as well. And because this is the Sun in a fire sign and Saturn's in a fire sign, and they're connecting in a positive way, I want to say there's something very creative that's happening here, very inspirational. It can be something fun. It can be something artistic. It can be something to where you're using that Leo energy of leadership, take charge, energy to move forward in some way towards something that you desire. Sagittarius is kind of that sign of long-term plans and optimism and happiness and joy, and Saturn wants to manifest things. So Saturn's trying to manifest blessings in our life as long as we stay in a positive place. And I think that the Sun trining Saturn on Monday, along with Venus trining Uranus on Monday, it can actually bring in something positive and unexpected, but it can be something very good. Now on Tuesday, the 2nd of August, we have Mars, which is a fiery planet, and it's going finally back into Sagittarius. Remember how Mars has been in Scorpio, and it's been in Scorpio for a long time. And then there was a time period, I think it was around March or April, I'd have to look that up, but it went into Sagittarius for a brief time, for like a couple of Sagittarius, and went all the way, I think, to the 7th or 8th degree of Sagittarius, and then turned retrograde. And then Mars went back into Scorpio as it was retrograding, and then we had all of this energy of empowerment issues and power and control issues and things that are hidden, beneath the surface that were happening, transformation and regeneration, and all kinds of things happening with the shadow side, which is kind of the Scorpio kind of thing, dealing with some of the unconscious, subconscious types of energies. Well, now Mars is going back into Sagittarius for good, and I'm very happy about that because we're going to see fast forward movement in some way, shape, or form, because Mars is a fire planet, Sagittarius is a fire sign, fire likes to move quickly, and it can also sometimes be unpredictable. So, there's going to be this push forward to do something, change something, move, make a change. And again, Sagittarius is a very freedom-oriented sign, so we want to push into feeling or having some sort of sense of freedom, and again, moving towards bringing forth blessings in our life, which is, again, the Sagittarius inspirational type of energy. Now, Sagittarius also rules higher knowledge, higher education, information. So there might be a lot of you getting ready to take some classes or going back to school, sharing of your philosophy or belief systems with others. There's more excitement here with this Mars and Sagittarius energy. Now, this happens right before the new moon in Leo. So first on Tuesday the 2nd, Mars moves into Sagittarius, and a little bit later in the day we have a new moon at 10 to 11 degrees of Leo, another fire sign. So this is a lot of fire energy, a lot of creative energy, artistic energy, passionate energy, leadership energy. I feel like this is a real positive, good start to this month of August. Then we jump ahead to Friday, and now on Friday, Venus is coming out of the sign of Leo and moving into the sign of Virgo, which is an earth sign. Now, Venus is a planet that's all about love and relationships and money and finances and our values and how we feel about ourselves. And I don't think that she's going to be very comfortable in Virgo. She's going to feel a little bit more cautious in Virgo as far as relationships. She's going to be a little bit more analytical and logical about finances and money and relationships as well while it's in Virgo. Now, it does zip right through Virgo, and towards the end of the month of August, it's going to move into the next sign of Libra, so it won't be here that long. But the good thing about this is that Venus here is going to be a lot more discerning. She's going to really, again, analyze and discern and pay attention to the details of what's happening in her life as far as relationship and money matters. On Saturday, Mercury, which is in the sign of Virgo already, is going to be making a challenging square aspect to Saturn. And by Sunday, Mercury is opposing Neptune. Now, in between, we also on Saturday have Venus squaring Mars. And I wanted to kind of put all that together because, especially because Mercury, between Saturday and Sunday, is forming what's called a T-square here. It's, again, squaring Saturn and then opposing Neptune. And because it's in the sign of Virgo, and because Saturn is slowing down to station to a halt, and because a challenging aspect already to Neptune for this whole month of August, which, by the way, to get more information on that, you'll definitely want to go back and listen to the monthly angel card reading for the month of August, because I talk a lot more about that Saturn squaring Neptune in that video. But this is going to bring up a lot of confusion on the mental level. I feel like we don't really know what's real and what's not. We don't know what decisions to make. We might be a little fearful about making decisions. We might be overly logical or trying to overanalyze certain information in our life. So, you know, Venus Mercury in Virgo, it's in its home sign, so it's comfortable here. But sometimes it can get caught up in the ego mind of details and thinking too much. And the thing about this is that I don't think that thinking and analyzing is a negative thing. However, because Saturn and Neptune are squaring one another, it's like you're spinning your wheels a little bit. And it's just going to cause a lot of frustration because you're really not going to know until Neptune and Saturn pull apart, which isn't going to be until we get to October, you guys. And I know that's a long time, but we're going to have this reality versus illusion thing going on for a little while, which is again going to cause some frustrating mind energy, mental energy on Saturday and Sunday with Mercury there. Now, Venus, in a challenging aspect to Mars, I feel like this is going to bring up some potential relationship and or money challenges as well. It's interesting because the first part of the week seems more positive, and then we get into like the weekend, and I feel like we might be contending with some challenges or snags, so to speak, in the road. Now, none of these aspects on Saturday and Sunday are anything that lasts a long time, so just know that we need to move through it. We need to see whatever lesson it is that we need to see, or understand whatever it is we need to understand, and then we can move on from it when we go into next week. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the cards that I've already chosen in meditation for this week. Okay, we start out with the Princess of Autumn. And the Princess of Autumn, it says, studious, responsible, cheerful, mischievous. It says happy news about career, promotions, or scholarships. Well thought out plans that go perfectly, needing a little push to get going. So this is a very positive message. And the Princess in this particular deck, in the normal or regular tarot deck, is actually the Page cards. And the pages are always about messages. And here we have a message on the material realm, because it's the suit of autumn here. So this would be like the Page of Earth or the Page of Pentacles. So you're getting some sort of practical news, logical news, some sort of communication from another person or an organization, you know, some sort of tangible, solid message of some sort, or tangible, solid information or guidance of some sort to be able to move forward in a positive way. Now, it's interesting that it says studious, and we have this fairy here shown in a library with a lot of books. So I'm definitely feeling like you need more information, or you're gathering more information, and maybe studying as well. This could mean workshops or classes, but you're definitely gathering some sort of knowledge or information to be able to move forward in some way, shape, or form throughout this week. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the second card and see what we can add to that. Okay, so we have another suit here. We have the Eight of Summer. And the Eight of Summer says the desire for a more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. Okay, now usually the summer suit is the cups in the traditional tarot, which deals with the emotions and the feelings. And whenever I see the Eight of Cups or the Eight of Summer in this case, I think about a desire to empower ourselves, a desire to, just as it says, to move on to something that is more meaningful to us, to move on into a realm or a path, onto a path that we're more passionate about. It's almost like we, in some way, shape, or form, have disempowered ourselves in a situation or a circumstance or maybe even a relationship, and we're feeling like it's time to make a change. And, you know, especially with the astrology in the first half of the week, with Mars moving, that there might be this little push of energy to free ourselves from something and to make some sort of change. And in this card, we have a fairy that's walking down a dimly lit path. You know, it's kind of that twilight time to where there's a little bit of darkness, but there's some sun in the background. It's either sunrise or sunset, so there is light along the path that she's walking, and it tends to, you know, really mean that she's walking away from something and she's walking towards the light. She's walking towards something, again, that's going to bring her more joy, more happiness, and more fulfillment. It might be a little bit difficult, you know, and challenging emotionally. There might be some sadness, but she knows that she's moving into a more empowering place, a happier place. And I feel like it kind of goes with the first card, that we're gathering, you know, we're gathering some sort of knowledge or information. Maybe we're communicating with other people to help us make that decision, or to help us to see that it is time to make a change and that we can move into a better and bigger and brighter place here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the last card. Okay, we have another autumn card. So this is, again, another Earth or Pentacles card from the traditional tarot. It's the Five of Autumn. And it says at the bottom, reach out to others for assistance. And then it says, poor timing for a career change, feeling challenged by money issues. Okay, now what I get, there's a lot of things actually streaming in all at once, so I have to gain some clarity here. And the first thing that comes to mind is that whenever I see the Five of Earth or Five of Pentacles, I feel like there is some chaotic or confused energies, and usually with the autumn suit or the Earth or Pentacle suit, we're talking about career, finances, projects, you know, again, things in our outer life that are tangible things. You know, it's not like a spiritual, ethereal energy. This is real things that we're dealing with in everyday life. And there's some sort of conflict or confusion that's going on in those aspects of life. The other thing that comes to mind here is that earlier I said Mars is going into Sagittarius, and we even notice here with these first two cards that we're ready to make some sort of change and move towards something better. And one of those things might be career, you know, or our life path. But here it says poor timing for a career change. And so when I read that, I thought to myself, why would that be? And then they said Saturn, because Saturn is in a stationary place and not moving right now. And Saturn is the planet of manifestation. And because Saturn is slowing down, I feel like there's things that can be done. You know, we can take little steps, or we can prepare, or we can, again, gather that information. But as far as the timing of making a change, and this could be, again, whether it be career or a change maybe even in a relationship or other type of circumstance in your life, a money situation, maybe the change isn't ready to happen yet because Saturn is at a standstill and doesn't turn to direct motion until the 13th of August, which is next week. However, I have to let you know ahead of time, too, from doing the monthly reading not too long ago for August, that Mercury is going to go into a retrograde cycle at the very end of August. So time for a week or week and a half around the middle of the month. But even better timing for making huge changes is going to be after the Mercury retrograde cycle is over and Saturn has picked up speed from moving direct, which is going to be not until the end of September going into October. But I don't want that to cause any concerns or worries or fears. I don't want that to even dissuade you from making some sort of a decision to make a change. Sometimes the timing is right for you according to your astrological blueprint, according to how the energies are set up for you. So if you're feeling guided, go ahead and initiate the change and let it unfold, in divine timing and how it will. Just know that if there seems to be any stall or a snag in the movement, that's probably why. But I want you to certainly follow your divine intuition as far as that goes. All right. So let's go ahead and see what your special message card is, depending on your stone of choice. So for the people that chose the Infinite, okay, I have one here that's kind of calling my attention, Infinite people. Infinite people is Bethany, and Bethany says, when you take excellent care of yourself, everybody benefits. Give yourself a relaxing treat today, such as a massage, sea salt bath, or pedicure. So this is really an energy about, again, focusing on the self, taking care of the self, which to me is like the Venus going into Virgo on Friday the 5th. What better time to value yourself and take care of yourself, pay attention to the details of what you need as an individual than when Venus goes into Virgo. And, there's so many things going on in life, and we're spread so thin, and we're trying to help so many people, family and friends, and along with dealing with our job and everything else, that you really do need to take a time out for yourself. So, whether you enjoy, again, just like this says, a massage or a relaxing bath, take a walk out in nature, start an exercise class for yourself, or a creative, artistic class, whatever it might be. Whatever you enjoy, take that time out for yourself and pay attention to yourself this week and what your needs are. Okay. For those of you that chose the Charoite people, okay, this one, of course, is calling my attention. Charoite is Adriana, and this says, I am leading you towards the answer to your prayers. Please listen to and follow the steps I am communicating through your intuition, thoughts, and dreams. And isn't it interesting that down in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a torch of fire, and Adriana herself, the angel in this card, is carrying a torch of fire. And it reminds me of Mars, because if you look at the glyph for Mars, if any of you know what the glyph for Mars looks like, it almost looks like a torch, but it's kind of at an angle. And Mars is moving into a fire sign, so it really reminds me of Mars moving into Sagittarius. So I feel like that's going to be really good for you this week. And your angels and guides, your divine inner intuition and guidance is leading you towards the next step, leading you towards where you need to go to fulfill that next step on your path. So let me see if there's anything else I can gain from this. There's something about the divine feminine here. So something, again, creative, artistic, intuitive, nurturing, that unconditional love energy of spirit. And I feel like this mother energy, this great mother energy of guiding, that's guiding you, or maybe you're the great mother energy that's guiding someone else or helping your children even in some way. There is children in this card. So there's something about the divine feminine here that merges with that masculine energy of fire to inspire you to move forward. All right, and for those of you that quartz, smoky quartz people, this one is Shanti. And Shanti says, I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. So isn't that interesting? I feel like the first thing that popped out to me, to be honest, was the lion down here in the corner. And we are in the sign of Leo right now. Now, until the 5th of August, we also have Venus in Leo. So 2 planets in Leo until the 5th, and then, of course, the Sun stays in Leo for a little while yet. And there's something about, even though this is a card that talks about peace, there's something about that lion that talks about leadership, but they're saying gentle leadership, peaceful leadership. So I don't know if some of you are in a leadership position or maybe going to be promoted to a leadership position, but they're talking about utilizing gentle leadership in moving forward and realizing that, you know, even if you're in some sort of leadership position or need to take some sort of leadership stance regarding something or show some sort of strength or courage regarding even another aspect of your life, to utilize it in a way that's very peaceful and balanced. So it's kind of like that masculine energy and utilizing it in a feminine way. Now let me see if there's anything else that comes to mind here. I'm also very drawn to the orangish color. It's kind of a peach orange color, a really light orange color here, which is all about the creative self-expression of the sacral chakra and passion too, you know, feeling this sense of passion for life. And I feel like the more you follow your passion, the more peaceful internally you're going to become. So that seems to be another message from Shanti for all of the Smoky Quartz people. So I hope you all like this weekly angel card reading. I want to send you all much love and light, many thanks. Much appreciation to all of you who support me through comments and through your kind words. Thank you so much, and for watching my videos and sharing my videos, and for watching and sharing my Facebook posts as well. I send you all much love and light, and I want you all to move forward in a very happy, positive, and inspirational way as we move into this new month, this month of August. So blessings of love and light.